let's just jump right in. We all think of our phones as tools for texting, for scrolling, for entertainment. But what if I told you it's actually something way more powerful? A device that can completely change your financial life from getting a handle on your budget to actually creating new ways to make money.
So let me ask you this. What if that thing in your pocket wasn't just a distraction, but a dedicated financial engine? One that works for you, automatically, humming along in the background. Well, that's the exact system we're going to break down in this explainer. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with Act 1, mastering your money flow. Because look, before you can even think about making more money, you have to get absolute control over the money you already have. It's simple, right? If you don't know where it's going, you'll always be wondering where it went.
And what's so great about this is how it boils down modern personal finance into just 3 core actions. That's it. First, you track where your money goes. Then you save it automatically. And finally, you invest it to make your money work for you. This is the foundation we're going to build everything on.
The first step, and honestly, this is the big one, is just plain old awareness. You've got to know exactly where every single dollar is going. And this isn't about restricting yourself or feeling guilty, not at all. It's about empowering yourself with cold, hard data.
Okay, so one of the absolute best systems for this is YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. Now, the big difference here is that instead of just looking back at what you've already spent, YNAB makes you give every single dollar a job before you spend it. You plan for your bills, for your savings, even for your lifestyle. This tiny shift from being reactive to proactive is a total game changer, and it's why so many people start saving hundreds of bucks like right out of the gate. So you've basically got 2 great ways to think about this. You've got YNAB, which is really the method. It's a whole philosophy, a structured system for planning ahead. And then you've got something like Money Manager, which is more like the dashboard. It gives you these awesome visual charts and reports so you can see at a glance where your money's been going. It's perfect for finding those little spending leaks. One is for planning, the other is for analyzing.
All right, so once you're tracking everything, the next step is saving. But let's be real. Relying on willpower to save money, it almost never works. Life gets in the way, we forget, you know how it is. So the trick is to just take yourself out of the equation completely.
And this slide just shows you how incredibly powerful automation is. Apps like Quapital let you set up these super simple rules that just build your savings for you in the background. You could do stuff like, hey, every time I spend 10 bucks, save 1. Or every Friday, put 5 bucks aside. My absolute favorite, though, is rounding up your purchases to the nearest dollar. All that digital spare change, man, it adds up so fast. You're building a savings habit without even trying.
Okay, let's move on. You've got your spending under control, you're saving money automatically, now you've got some capital. The final crucial step of Act 1 is putting that money to work. This is where you go from just managing money to actually growing it. You know, for a lot of people, investing sounds super intimidating, right? But check this out. Platforms like eToro have this feature called copy investing, and it really changes the game. It is literally what it sounds like. You can look at what experienced, successful investors are doing and just automatically copy their trades. It's an amazing way to get in the game while you learn from people who really know what they're doing. All right, our financial house is in order. Now we can move on to Act 2, turning your skills into cold, hard cash. This is where we totally switch gears from managing money to actively bringing in new streams of income, all from that phone in your pocket.
I mean, think about it. Today, whatever skill you have, you can connect it to a global market through platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, and you don't need to be some coding genius, seriously. People are making incredible money on the side, or even turning it into a full-time job, just by designing social media posts in Canva or editing short little videos.
Now this leads us to a really powerful concept in the digital world, and it starts with this simple idea: create once.
And it finishes with this: sell infinitely. See, this is so different from freelancing, where you're trading your time for money. With digital products, there's basically zero cost to make another copy. That right there is true scalability. So the real question becomes, what can you create once and then sell over and over and over again? It can be anything. Digital planners, cool resume templates, digital art, custom Notion setups, the list goes on. Marketplaces like Etsy are just packed with creators making passive income every single month from something they only had to create one time.
And this idea is what fuels one of the biggest income channels in the world right now: content. Platforms like YouTube and TikTok have completely changed the game, letting millions of people turn their hobbies, their knowledge, and their passions into real, scalable businesses.
But here's the thing you have to understand. It's not just about the ad money. As you can see here, the really successful creators build a diversified business. They're making money from brand deals, from affiliate marketing, where they get a cut for recommending products, and of course from selling their own digital products we were just talking about. It's a whole ecosystem.
Okay, so this brings us to our grand finale, Act 3, Build Your Income Engine. This is where we tie everything together. It's not about using a bunch of separate apps anymore. It's about making them work together as one powerful, self-sustaining system.
And here's what that system looks like. It's so simple. Step 1, you use a budgeting app to control your cash flow. Step 2, you use an investing app to grow that money. And step 3, you use a content or digital platform to multiply your income. You could even say, document your journey of saving and investing, and turn that into content to build an audience. See how it all connects?
And this is the real magic of setting up a system like this. You're not just getting one thing out of it. You're actually building 3 incredibly valuable assets at the exact same time. You're building financial discipline, you're growing your investments, and you're building an audience and influence. And let me tell you, in today's economy, that audience is a massive asset all on its own.
So if there's one thing you take away from all this, it should be this right here. The real difference between people who get ahead financially and those who don't, it's not just about how much money they make. It's the systems they have in place.
And that is the whole point, isn't it? This idea of a complex, wealth-building system used to be for Wall Street types. Not anymore. Today, your phone, that little device in your pocket, can be that system. You can build it, manage it, and scale it all from the palm of your hand.
So as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this thought. The tool is right there, in your hand. The knowledge is now yours. The only question left is, what system are you going to build with it starting today?